Your host Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto here at Shop LC Low Cost. The live stream every Tuesday. I bring you great merchandise, and tonight I have 2 hours of fully packed pocketbook and purses. Whatever you want to call them, I have them for you. And I have quite an assortment from real low end to some real exotics. But yeah, if you are a collector, or maybe you need a new purse in your life or a pocketbook, you know, it's summer's in the midst of summer, fall's coming. It's a nice time to refreshen up that wardrobe. And remember, watching the live stream here at Shop LC, you get an additional 25% off just for watching. So if you have any questions, you can send them in. Tell me what you got for purses, pocketbooks out there. Let me know if you're going to add to your collection. But remember, you always get an additional 10% off. So once again, I am Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto. You can follow me on Facebook under Cheryl Benvenuto. I'm in a full-on bee suit. Or Instagram, Magical Journey Cheryl, Cheryl Magical Journey, or TikTok, Bling Therapist. So you can follow me on all my own platforms. Post a lot of nature stuff if you're into that. But right now we're going to focus on fashion tonight. And, you know, sometimes when you're out there and you put on a complete outfit, the purse, pocketbook, belt, hat, piece of jewelry, the accessory that you add to the outfit at the end makes it complete. That's the cherry on top. That's the whipped cream and the cherry. Now, when you add the correct color, the correct purse, the correct, for your body type, body size, it really does become a fashion statement. Some of the pocketbooks that I'm going to show you tonight are hand painted, genuine leather. When you're talking about pieces like that, those are going to be pieces that you can resell in the future. You know, there is a market for used pocketbook and purses, especially in the exotics. So I myself own a lot of the python. I own ostrich, and I bought them all here at Shop LC. And before Shop LC, I actually flew to Bali quite a few times, and I would bring back exotics from Bali. And over there, they were affordable compared to here in the States. So for instance, a wallet out of ostrich. Here in the States, $400. In Bali, I don't know, $125, $100. Here at Shop LC, $79. Ouch. Could have saved all that flight. But what happened is Shop LC went to Bali and paired up with a company that we have boots on the ground. So we have our Bali Legacy jewelry line created there. And we also have a line of purses and pocketbooks manufactured over there in Indonesia. So, wherever we can find stuff that works for us and there's a consistent supply, we put boots on the ground and we send our teams over there to arrange the factories and stuff. Okay, so I have a lot of different I have some just fashion stuff. Some of it's inexpensive, some of it's expensive, but it's all very well made. Of course, this is Shop Low Cost, so be prepared to get that extra 25% off and free shipping today. Over 50 is free shipping at Shop LC. So those are two great things to remember. Third thing is, with every purchase, it's called Feed Your Program. We feed a child. We are up to almost 60 million children that we have fed. And that comes out of our pockets here, not mine personally, but Shop LC. They factor it in, so it doesn't come out directly. You don't have to pay anything. We just, that's our mission statement here. I like to pollinate the world with the bees that I raise, and Shop LC feeds the world with the programs that they paired up with. Okay, so I'm going to get this party started. If you're just tuning in, hey Becky, nice to see you. Okay. Thank you very much. That's nice. Thank you for the compliment, Becky. Okay, we're going to start off right off the bat. So my personal phone right here is not on a stand, so I'm sorry you don't get a good angle. I sort of just have it right there. But on the platform through Shop LC, you have to order from their platform. You can't order from my personal platform. But we're going to start off right away with something really, really adorable. Now, I only have, DJ, it shows 4 different colors. Am I only featuring the one?
Just the one, yeah.
Okay. Can I talk about the other 3?
You can talk about the other 3.
Okay. So this is part of our Grand Paul collection. And if you look at this bag, so I'm laughing because this has a whole lot going on, right? You're like, so this comes This is when you get a bag, a pocketbook, or something, and you order it, and it literally comes with everything, right? You're like, holy moly, that has a lot of pieces and accessories. This is it right here. Now, I want to show you how intricately this is done. First of all, this is genuine leather, right? Second, so this is manufactured by Shop LC. This is our high-end collection. All right, so this is what I buy when I buy the exotics, when I buy some really, really high-end leather. And this is going to be the first piece that I'm opening out of the gate with. This is $329. And I'm going to show you all the features because I don't want somebody to tune out right away and go, $329. Some bags out there, when you get into designer labels, are thousands of dollars. Now, before you tune out, I have stuff that's really inexpensive. But I'm opening up the gate because I want to show you the versatility, and I want to show you what a really, really well-made bag looks like. All right? Go through the ins and outs, and I'll move on. There's got a lot of different stuff in the show. Okay, so this is going to be a well-made bag because number one is genuine leather. Number two, if you look at the handles, right? These handles are double stitched. They have a very hard piece underneath. Could be a piece of vinyl. I don't really know what's under there, but that's going to keep the shape and keep the shape perfect. Then if you look at the oversized hardware, right? These grommets. This gives this handle, and the grommets are here too. So this can slide down very easily, right? If these grommets weren't here and this was attached to the leather, up and down like that, this handle is eventually going to break off. It will eventually break off. Leather is pliable and malleable, but it's not forever if you don't treat it properly and manufacture it the right way. So if you look at the oversized grommets, now, this comes with this beautiful little scarf. And what they've done on the picture, and this is what I do with a lot of my bags too. So you can actually take this. It says fashion on one side, has that beautiful D print, right? And you actually just pull the flap down, have that little, you want that little piece hanging, you want it to look all pretty like that. And then you start and you just, this is the modern, new, fresh style. So I have a lot of scarves. I have quite a bit. I've always been a scarf person. Through my years of living in different climates, wearing different types of clothing, traveling in airports and planes and going from hot to cold. I like a scarf because I like to drape it over my neck. I like to be able to tie it around my neck. You can see I have a really, you know, I was going to wear jewelry tonight, model jewelry, so the show got changed. But anyway, I like to tie it around my décolleté if I'm a little bit cold on a plane. But scarves have been in forever, and when you're dealing with really nice material, so the little tag here, the little, you could actually take that around and pull it around, and then you're going to do just a little tuck, right? Just a little tuck in, make it a, you can see how I just tuck that in very neatly. So now you have that over-the-top bougie look. Now this particular purse comes with a shoulder strap, and this is going to be, oh my gosh, look at how long that is. That's a long, long shoulder strap. So once again, it goes over the shoulder, right? So you can carry it like that. I particularly, this bag is so nice that I probably would only use the shoulder strap if I needed to have hands free. Now the handles pull down. This actually comes off, so it has your little safety things there. Let's see if I can get it off. There we go. We've detached it, and what this has, when you take this off, it actually has, let me get this, okay. When you look at this, this has adjustability and movement. So this can actually, maybe it doesn't. Okay, it does not. You can see how they've actually secured that. I thought you'd be able to slide it, but you can't. So this actually is secure on this leather, double stitch once again, and that's for your shoulder, right? That's for comfort. So that's that leather. It's going to eventually become, it's, you know, it's really, really thick leather right now. So eventually this will become a lot more soft and supple. But you get that chain, you can actually use the chain. There's a little belt if you want. This shirt's terrible for this, but just to give you an example, you can use that chain as a little belt if needed. But now let's go in the ins and outs of the purse. So you have your beautiful little cute little bougie purse, right? This is how you carry it. You put it over the hand like this. I carry mine honestly like this. That's how but a lot of times, you know, and I even carry a wallet in my hand a lot. So this is going to be one of those purses, pocketbooks. That's an evening, inexpensive bag, something that you're going to take to your special events. Now what they've done is they've actually stitched that leather. So this is all stitched, you can see it, and I'm going to put it up to my phone in a second. So you see it's stitched, and those are all beautiful oblong sequins, right? Random pattern, it's done on every side. The bottom is feeted. Your better bags always have these little feets, and that's so when you put it down, it does not sit. The beautiful leather does not sit on a counter or on anything. You know, my kitchen, I'm notorious. The kitchen sink is in the big island. Bad design always. But water sometimes gets on, so I hate putting my husband always takes, because I have some nice purses and pocketbooks. He always moves them to the chair because that water will actually damage the bottom of your pocketbook, especially with fine leather. You don't want to have a big water stain on the bottom. Okay, so you can look at this. Beautiful gold sequins. Now when you pull the straps down, which I'm doing, you have that little extra lip, and that is so your stuff doesn't fall out, right? If this bag tips over, you don't want your makeup flying out. You don't want your cell phone, whatever. Now this is not meant to carry the kitchen sink. This is an evening bag. So if you look at the inside, it is all completely lined with leather. Has another little inside pocket to put a little key or something that you want in there. This is really, really good quality leather. You can buy bad quality leather, absolutely. You know, leather is priced and graded like anything else. It is basically a material. You can buy good silk and bad silk, stuff that's not woven right. Okay, so this is going to be one of those cute little bags. And then it has your little brag tags. Now, you can actually put this, you can take these off if you prefer, and put on your own if you want to hang a different charm from there. So you get the shoulder strap, you get the cute little bag with the brag tag scarf, the extra little bling bling, the beautiful, absolutely well done sequin, and it's amazing how these are really actually sewn on. I don't know if this is done by hand or by machine. It looks pretty difficult, I can tell you that, because once you start stitching leather, I love that show, Project Runway. Watch it all the time. And there was one girl on there that leather was her thing, and it was amazing to go through watch the process. My dad did some leather work. You know, he did a lot of hobbies through the course of his life, and I still have some leather tools that he bought. But it's a very hard material to work with. It's very durable, but you know, there's no give to it. It's, you know, it's durable and thick and hard. So to get all this fine stitching, because it really is fine stitching. This is a beautiful, beautiful bag, you know, and you can take the scarf off. If you don't like the scarf, get rid of that and put on your own scarf that you have. You could do anything. I sort of tie them. Sometimes I actually take the scarf, and instead of wrapping it around the handle, I take, because like I said, I wear a lot of long scarves. So let's say this was a silk scarf and it's long, it's like this. So what I do is I fold it in half, right, and then I take it and I just tie it through the side and have it, especially when I'm traveling at the airport, just because, like I said, you go from cold to hot, and then I just tie it and let it dangle down from the bag, and then I have my scarf that I can take on and off. And these scarves, or any scarf that you have, it's a better scarf. It actually condenses to practically nothing. I mean, you could fit a scarf in here, beautiful cell phone, lipstick, compact. But like I said, this is an evening bag. This is not meant to carry everything but the kitchen sink. Well made, You have the feet on the bottom. Now this bag is, let me get a little measure tape out here. Give you a little measure. So you can see how actually big this is. So from the top to the bottom, right, about 7 inches. Crosswise, about 6. All right, 7 by 6, and then obviously it's about 2.5 inches wide. God, there's something about leather, just the smell of really good leather. You know, I grew up in a time where malls were everywhere. That was the rage. We spent our weekends at the malls. We went shopped at the malls. And when it put the big mom and pop stores out of business in the small little towns, you know, it was a sad time and people were very upset. But it also opened up a whole new world for people to have a whole place to go with their families. You know, you could put strollers in the malls. They were air conditioned. And at the time, I remember years ago growing up in Rhode Island, and there was a mall there in Swansea, Massachusetts, and they had a store at Wilson Leather. They're now gone. But I can remember going into that leather store as a kid and the smell of the leather. And I could just dream about some of the clothing in there. And it was expensive. Real leather is expensive. It's a process. And it has to be tanned and colored and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff that I am not a tanner, so I don't really know about the process. But I know that I do love it because it lasts forever, and I love the smell of it. So if you want a beautiful little bag, this is part of our high-end Grand Pel collection. This is going to be one of those bags that you want to get. $329 after the 25% off. That comes down to $247. Hey, DJ, over here I have something you might want. Okay, so I'm going to move on to bag number 2, which is another part of our, this is genuine leather also, but this is manufactured. It's not our high-end. So a lot of our Grand Pel comes out of Indonesia. I have been over there. I've seen the factories. I spent some time over there last August touring and looking at stuff. That's why I brought bags back with me. But there's the leather that we're making now. We have another designer line that we create called La Murray, which is made in-house here at Shop LC. We do a whole line of clothing, and this piece is going to be from that line. And I'm going to tell you, it is absolutely stunning. So this bag is going to be all leather too. Now, I'm going to tell you, I love this little bag. Here you go. This is...
thank you.
So this is going to be one of those beautiful leather bags that's very, very classic. Very well made. Not only is it classic, I want you to see this from afar. I'm going to go over the ins and outs on this because I'm going to go over the price first. And this is such a beautiful bag. I'm looking at the price and I'm thinking, do I need another bag? Oh, why is it when you like something, you want to have multiple? You know, I already have a couple of black bags. I just bought one. But I look at this black bag and I go, well, it's not exactly like the other black bag. It's like owning a good pair of shoes and then you see another pair. How many pairs of black boots do I have? A few. So, if it's an addiction, it's a healthy addiction. It's something that, yeah, pocketbooks and purses have been, people have collected these for many, many years, especially when you're getting into the really good pocketbooks and purses. They do hold their value. And I hate to say this, but some of the big hits in Hollywood, the big robberies in some of the big mansions were all about the pocketbooks that they had. These purses that are $8,000, $10,000, $15,000. They hold their value. But even really good leather like this, it's going to hold its value. It is resellable, but it's also something if you only buy one bag every few years, you want to buy something that's gonna hold up. You don't want it falling apart. You know, it was funny. I was traveling one time at the airport, and I had gone to the Shawls, one of the Marty stores, and I had a suitcase that had wheels, and I am very, very hard on stuff. Let's start by that. So I quickly bought a bag that was It was leather. It was not the best quality leather at all. There was no grommets on the strap, and I got it at a discount. So I packed it up. It was my over-the-shoulder bag, like a weekend bag, right? Leather bag, really cheap. I was like, okay, I'm going to get it. It's super, super cheap. Not through Shop LC. I bought it, like I said, at one of the Marty stores. So I checked my suitcase, rolled my suitcase in. I'm literally walking through TSA. And the leather strap that is sewn on the bag just goes bink and just rips off. And now I have a shoulder bag with a long strap that I'm trying to carry through the airport. I ended up going to the convenience store in the airport, emptying everything out into a paper bag with handles and throwing that suitcase, overnight bag, in the trash. So waste of money. I always say, and you know what? Lesson learned for me. And it was, put me in an inconvenient spot where I was not prepared for that. So yeah, I'd rather invest a little bit more and have something that's going to last over and over and over. I always talk about going green and not filling up the landfills, and once in a while, hey, we got to, I was in a hurry and needed something quick. Okay, this is not something in a hurry you need quick. This is something, it just, the feel of it, it is leatherlicious. It is supple. It is already semi-soft, but the more you use this bag, the more soft and supple it is going to get. Now, it's a structured bag, so I love that because it sits up. You can see that it retains its structure. So there's slouch bags, which you put down and they just slouch. And then there's structured bags. Now, your structured bags usually have the feet on the bottom, all right? Most of your better bags are going to have this piece of leather sewn with your little feet on the bottom. Like I said, you don't want to put this down on a countertop or in a bathroom, a public bathroom, on the sink. There's water everywhere, and all of a sudden the bottom of your bag is a different color because of a giant water stain. So those feet are there for a reason. Now, this particular bag, like I said, La Murray, that is our stamp, our logo, right? Manufactured by us. They actually give you the little leather swatch with this, which is, shows you genuine leather right there imprinted. But I can tell by touching this. Now, there's some darn pretty good faux leathers out there. So me touching this and saying I knew this was leather, there's some great faux out there that I could touch and swear that they're leather. But I could smell this. That's how I knew it was genuine leather. Touching it, I read the tag also. Plus, I'm looking at my sheets. But a bag like this is so well made. So the price on this is going to be, now, DJ, I see one price on the right, and then I see the same price on the left. Or is it at the 127?
127.
Okay. So our price on this, out in the real world, this is over $1,000 leather bag. Think about it. Over $1,000. $169 here at Shop LC. $169. Your price after the 25% off is going to be $127. So hey, Anna, nice to see you. Donna, nice to see you there. Yeah, $127. And this is going to be item number 2. I'm going to show you the feet. Now I'm going to go over the ins and outs. So it's, first of all, it's got a beautiful braided handle, which I love. Not your typical handle. So you can carry it like this. You can put your arm through, carry it like that. And once again, most of your bags, I'm going to say almost 90% of the bags that I see out there in the market all include now the shoulder strap. The world has gotten better where, we want to be hands-free. So over the shoulder, this is going to sit. Now this is 100% adjustable, you can see. And this is actually like a belt. It really is. It's really nice leather. And with the shoulder strap, I love this because they've done this little extra piece. I don't know what you'd call it. I'm going to call it a tab collector, because when you pull this out to adjust the bag, right, you don't want that flapping around, right? You don't want that extra leather. So they put this little slidable, adjustable piece of leather, so that actually slides in there, so it's nice and tight and is not, and it, so it's not flopping around. But you can see you can adjust this to different lengths. So if you even want it really long, if you're a very tall person, now I'm 5'6½", so you can see where it sits on me, and I can adjust this even longer. Okay, so first of all, adjustability. Now, what they've done, so this handle is secure. You can see they've done some extra grommets on top. Then you have your little twisty, your safety lock. Now, this also has, this is deceiving because you actually don't have to unhook these. These are actually magnets. So you can see the magnets right here. So those flop down and magnetically lock. So you can use this and lock it, but if you forget, this is going to close and those magnets are going to keep it shut. Okay, so then the flap lifts up, folds over, right? And then when you go onto the inside, you have, look at how much space you have in this bag. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to pull out the paper because I really want to show you, because the paper is the same color as the inside of the bag, and I want to show you how much space you have. So you have quite a bit of space in there. You have an extra inside pocket that's sort of, and I'm going to, sort of, you can see it. So then you have one pocket, and then behind that you have a second pocket. So you have two pockets, right? Can you see the first one? First one, second one. Then you flip it over, and then you have that pocket that I use this for my cell phone. I usually just slide my cell phone right in that pocket. That way I'm not unzipping everything. So you have plenty of room. This is a bag that's going to hold quite a bit. Your oversized wallet, your cell phone, your lipstick, your mini bottle of water, whatever you need. And then I really like it because not only, so I consider this, you know, I'd use this as day wear, absolutely. A day wear bag because it's sort of basic, classic. And then I would take the shoulder strap off, and this would become an evening bag for me. And you can actually remove the shoulder strap, and then when you remove the shoulder strap, if you are pressed for time and don't have a lot of time to go home and put the shoulder strap somewhere safe, you can actually fold it up and put it right in the bag. So this can go from day wear to night wear in a heartbeat, and I love versatility. I mean, a lot of times if I'm out for the day and I know I have a busy day, and I'm going to put this strap in there, have a busy day, I'm out running around, and you know, I'm dressed nice, maybe throw an extra pair of shoes in the car, but I'm going to not have the ability to change out my bag. Then you go with something like this that has the versatility. Now I didn't clasp that, so that's why it's puckering. But look at how beautiful that is. Absolutely stunning. I love the little cinching on the sides, and that's actually permanently there. So that's, you know, done, double cinched to give you the capability to have that extra space down the bottom. Now we're going to measure this so you can see the dimensions on this. So this is going to be about 12 inches by about 9, 8.5 or 9, 12 by 9. But it is such a beautiful bag. $127. Genuine leather. I mean, you know, I'm going to say, if this, and you can see it on the back here, if that was in a cube in the old mall, right, this would be a $500 bag, $600, $700. It's well made. It smells great. It's going to last forever. So once again, $127.49 can be yours. Item number 2. So those are probably going to be the most expensive bags I have in this hour. So I have a lot more coming up that are going to be less expensive. Hey Donna, nice to see you. Okay, Anna, I hope you're coming in October. You were well missed at Gem Fest. Okay, we're going to move on to item number 3, and that is, we're getting into like sort of the basics, basic colors. You know, as we start moving, I know we're in the end of July, but you know, man, the year is just flying by, and fall is going to be here before we know it. So this is a color, I'm going to call it taupe. And so, oh, by the way, so this first bag that I showed you, this comes in 4 different colors. So I'm showing you one color, but if you go behind the scenes, this comes in white, blue, a couple of different colors, 4 different colors. Also, this bag I just showed you, the leather bag for $127, this also comes in variations of colors. It comes in black, blue, burgundy, and tan. So I'm showing you one version because obviously they didn't want to bring out 100 pocketbooks for me to unpack in 2 hours. It's, you know, it's a lot of space. But you can go behind the scenes. Call our personal shopper at 888-835-2237. And I'm going to hold up my little placard in a second to show you that number in case you have your volume down and you're watching physically. And I'm going to grab it. Hold on one second, everybody. I'm going to breaker 9. Okay, there it is. Had to go get the sign for you. So visually, if you have the volume down, this is going to be the personal shopper. Let me stand back. So they can help you, like I said, the purse that I just held up comes in 4 variations, each one. So if you didn't like the black and you're like, I already got a black purse, maybe one of the other colors will work for you, especially because of the price. Now we're in the midst of a clearance event, so a lot of stuff that I'm showing you are limited supplies, but this is a whole 2 hours of pocketbook and purses, all variations, boho chic to really elegant. But number 3, item 3 is going to be this beautiful taupe colored purse. Now this also comes in 4 colors also. We have taupe, we have red, and we have tan and green. Ooh, green. I bet you that's pretty. Okay, typical classic. Once again, on this particular one, this is a single handle. Side view on this, it's a little slimmer. Single handle compared to the double. First purse had double handle, the second purse had single, this has a single. Now the difference with this one is the way that it's strategically pockets are placed. So once again, this is going to be genuine leather, and the price on this, prices are getting better and better and better. So I love how this is double stitched, and they've actually take the stitching and they have, this is going to be the part of the bag that really stands out. They've done the stitching in a double stitch white or sort of beigey color. That gives it a color pop. If this was stitched with the exact same color as the leather, the bag would look sort of plain. You really wouldn't see any detail. So this is textured pebbled leather. Feels lovely on the hand. Now, this is also feated on the bottom, double stitched over here. That handle is removable, so it goes over the shoulder. This is a very thick belt-like feature. Once again, that little tabby there to keep it down. You can see the holes. These are well made. This is, when you look at this bag, it looks like it's made by a leathersmith. So you can adjust this. This is the shoulder length. For me, I love this length because my arm, it's a nice place to, I think I have a lazy arm. You know what? I've self-diagnosed. This side of my body was hurting the other day, and I realized I use it to get up and down from the couch all day, getting snacks. Okay, well, if you have couchitis, like I do, you need to rest that arm on something. This is the perfect length on this bag to rest that couchitis. Yes, so I know. I am a movie buff. But, I enjoy my movies. A lot of healthy addictions. Okay. So taupe leather. This is an unbelievable price on this. A leather bag. Now our price, estimated retail value is $489. Our price, hold on everybody, I want you to listen, $79. After the 25% off, guess what? $59. $59. Okay, now I'm going to go over the ins and outs. Now that I've got you intrigued, because the price is killer. So this flap, let me see what I got to do here. I didn't open this one. Okay, so it unsnaps. Obviously a pretty good snap because I had a little bit of a hard time. Inside, it is beautiful suede, nice and silky smooth. And then in here, I'm going to pull out the stuffing because I'm going to show you how much room is in here. Once again, created by us. This is La Marais, our line here at Shop LC. So when you open this bag, this is the one compartment. So you can see it's pretty large, right? And there is another zipper compartment in there. Put whatever, your license, maybe your, and you can put your credit cards, your wallet. It's all going to fit in there. Now, once this goes back over, then let's look here. Now this has another large zippered compartment that runs along the whole side of the bag. Now when you open this up, this is compartment number 2. Let's pull out all that stuffing. Look at the amount of space in there, right? That's ginormous. So you had compartment number 1 is over here, right? Lift the tab up, right? So you have compartment number 1. And then behind the handle, you have the big compartment, the massive compartment. Now, in this compartment, there's no extra pockets, but guess what? The way this zippers up, it's so secure, and I love that because the bigger compartment, when you put this on your shoulder, that bigger compartment is going to sit right against your body. So nobody's ever going to be able to and reach in and grab stuff. Okay, $59.99. Now, all this stuffing, look at how much stuffing came out of that bag. All right, so there's plenty of space in these bags. And I'm going to put it back in and show you because this is pretty amazing. So that's one big ball of stuffing, right? Another big ball of stuffing. Okay, now let's put it in the front, right, in here. Another piece of stuffing goes in there. And I could actually fit a whole bunch more in there, okay? So it is going to hold a ton of stuff. Genuine leather, $59.99, beautiful zippers. And by the way, on the other colors that this comes in, the zippers will match the leather. So on the forest green and the burgundy, the zippers will be forest green and burgundy. So they really do such a great job at 100% matching everything perfect. So a little side view. I'm going to give you a little measure on this one. And this is going to be, boom, boom, looks like 9 inches by about 10. 9 by 10. It's a great little purse. I mean, out of all of them, I mean, obviously this is a fantastic buy for the money. $59.99. You can't do better than that. That for a leather purse. You know, a lot of times you'll see purses in some of the Shawls and all the other stores, and they're discounted, but yeah, the handle's broken, or it's missing the strap, or it's got a big watermark on it, or some kid touched it with, you know, a snow cone. It's got sticky stuff all over it. These are brand new. These come boxed up, gift ready. So if you need, you know, my mom, love her, loved her dearly. A lot of people that are watching now knew my mom. Yeah, she was very frugal. She didn't buy purses or pocketbooks for herself, ever. My sister started working, and when Vera Bradley, and was it Vera Bradley? Yeah, the cloth purses came out. My sister was working in a Hallmark store. And she ended up buying my mom a bunch of those. She got a great discount. But they were all cloth. And then my mom used those for many years. She never bought one herself. And then we ended up buying her a leather bag at Christmas. My sister and I decided we were going to get her a bag. And then every year after that, either one of us took care of my mom as far as the purses and pocketbooks. But it's a fashion accessory. It's a necessity also. Not only that, but men. I was at a comedy show in Austin on 4th of July, and every comedian that came up had on a crossbody man bag. And they were actually talking about it on stage. They were sort of making fun. It was a big joke. But every comedian had that when they came up on stage. So it's a world that's transitioning where men, believe it or not, lucky for them, finally. You know, women were suppressed for years. Men's fashion has stunk for many, many years. The simple same suit, over and over with variations. Now men have the ability, because the world is transitioning, and now clothing and people are becoming unisex. Clothing is becoming unisex. So the way that the world views, men are carrying purses, wearing diamond and pearl moissanite necklaces, stud earrings. It's a lot more accepting out there. And so any of the bags that I'm showing, ladies and gentlemen, Gentlemen, these are for you too. That's the point. So the world is transitioning where everybody's not so judgmental anymore. And if they are, who cares? You know what? You need a place to carry all your stuff. There's nothing worse than leaving the house with all kinds of stuff in your hands. You got your sunglasses, right? And then you got your drink, right? And then you got your hat. And then you got you got to take the calculator. And then I got my cell phone. And all of a sudden you're like, I just need a good purse or pocketbook to put all this in, right? Makes life much easier. You want to be hands-free. You want to be ready. You don't want life to pass you by when you're trying to arrange and pick stuff up that you dropped. So a pocketbook, purse, necessity. I've gone through 3 now. I started with one that was very expensive. I went down to a medium price, which was $120. I went from $300 to $129 to $59. Now that is affordable. All 3 in the leather range, and all 3 in an assortment of colors. So if you don't like the color I showed, go onto our website and pick another color. But that kind of price for a leather bag is a steal deal. $59.99, giftable, selfish purchase, and that bag will hold everything you need for for your daily needs. Okay, we're going to move on to another item. This is sort of more of a fun little purse thing. This is something that obviously I'm going to say would be an everyday bag unless you don't carry a whole heck of a lot. But it's something that's super fun because there's times when you are maybe going out, you have a beautiful outfit on, you want something that's a little bit more summery, a little bit more beachy, a little bit more rattan-y, a little bit more Nantucket or Newport style. This is the type of bag that you're going to want to have for the rest of the summer. Now, 7 to 10 business days, this will be yours. 25% off. Our price on this, $69.99. After the 25% off, $52.49. So look at the size of this. I'll give you a measure and then I'm going to show you the inside. But like I said, this is a bag that you'll want to take for like a little summer event. Maybe you're going to a brunch, Sunday brunch somewhere, or a tea, or a kid's birthday party, and you're headed out, you get your straw hat on, you're feeling a little bit bougie, you don't have a bag that matches that. Very few bags do. I actually don't even have a rattan bag, and I'm looking at this going, well, I have a fedora that I bought in Puerto Rico that I wear occasionally. This smells like that rattan. And this is hard to make, by the way. They actually have to soften the material and wet it down and soak it to make pieces like this. Okay, so this is going to be the Passage Blue Flower. Straw round, it says shoulder bag, so it must have a strap in here. Because I couldn't put that over my shoulder. No, it doesn't fit over my shoulder. It fits on my wrist, though. For sure, you can hang it on your wrist. Now, these are all, look at the work, the rattan around the handle. Absolutely beautifully done. I'm going to open the bag. It has a little zipper compartment, right? Little hidden zipper compartment. It's all fully lined with like a muslin, type of cotton muslin stuff. Now, oh, look at that. Now, it says shoulder bag, but it's not a shoulder bag. I don't know what, that's not a correct definition. But guess what? It comes with these cool little groovy earrings. These little earrings are freebie. So if you really want to bling up your Hawaiian, tropical, Caribbean vacation, guess what? Now you got the earrings to go with the bag. All you need is the hat, and you're ready to call it a day. So $52.49 on that bag. Sort of fun and funky. Very, very small. It's not going to hold a heck of a lot. But once again, I have it in blue, pink, white, and yellow. So every single one of these bags comes in 4 variations. So if you like it, go on the web and look at the different variations and the different colors that I have in it. Okay, we're going to move on to this one, which is a little bit bigger. And I like this bag because, that rattan bag was cute, but it's for a special purpose. You're going to have to honestly switch that out quite a bit. That's a one-use bag for an event. Now this bag, look at how classic this is. So first of all, it's genuine leather, highly polished, but look at this. I love the yin yang, the two-tone, the way that this is just so well made. I love how they've done the two-tone, and they've reversed it on the strap. So the front of this bag is brown, the strap is brown on the back side. Back side of the bag is gray. Strap is gray on the front side. So it really gives you that really look of well done, of elegance. So look at, I'm going to do some measuring in a second. But yeah, once again, this is adjustable. And so if you want this shorter, you can adjust these. So I'm going to put it down. It's a pretty big bag. So you can see these come up like a belt almost. So you have that. And this is well-made leather. So, you know, have you ever done with new leather? It's tight. Okay, so that you can see I'm taking the strap off. But this strap is 100% adjustable. So if you want that bag and make it into, and I'll just do it. And you can see, because I want you to see the versatility on this always. So I'm going to put it down to the very smallest. Very smallest. And you're going to have that flap, which we're going to put in that beautiful little loop there to keep it down. So brand new leather. It's not easy to work with. I feel like I'm a leathersmith here. I think that's what they call it. Leathersmith? I don't really know. Leather person. Okay, so you can see what I've done. So I've adjusted that flap down, and you're going to do it exact same on the back side, right? So that's going to be adjusted, so it's going to hang down. So here's it unadjusted. Here's it adjusted. So you can use it as a handbag or a shoulder bag. So shoulder bag, it fits really nice, right? Really nice under the shoulder. You can get nice and tight. Nobody's going to grab it. Or you can use it in a more bougie way, which is going to be your hand strap, which is, you know, you can carry it like this. You can carry it on your hands. But once again, a larger bag. Now let's get to the inside of this bag. First of all, this is part of our La Moray collection. Once again, it's got a lot of paper in here because it's a pretty darn large bag. So I got one pillow of paper. I got two pillows of paper. I got three pillows. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to stand back and show you how much, okay, this came out of that bag. All this. And I did not squish this. It is pretty girthy. Okay. So all out of this bag. Now you can see that it's a little bit more flexible. So this is going to be textured on one side. Going to have like almost like a slight pebbled finish. The other side is going to be this beautiful shiny leather. Now look, I love this bag. Probably I'm not going to do my top pick yet, but this is way up there. Okay, so it has this cool zipper here. And our tag is in there, and that is, once again, La Moray. That is our manufacturing tag. And you have this cool little pocket that goes down, put your keys or your phone. And then when you get to the inside of this, right, you open it up, and you have multi pockets. So you have one pocket over on this side, right, zipper shut, flip it over. Then you have your classic slide in. So that could be for your sunglasses or whatever, your cell phone. This could be for whatever you want to put in there. Candy bar, a little snack. But look at the amount of space on that. Now, this also has the zipper that's going to keep everything. So this, a lot of bags like this are open on the top. This one actually zippers shut. And let me just hold on because I'm holding this all different ways. So zipper's very nice, zipper shut. Suede on the inside, and then like I said, that handle is completely adjustable. So your price on this, $59.99. This is going to be our beige and dark brown genuine leather, and I'm going to do a measure because this is such a fabulous buy. I mean, yeah, ladies, if you collect, this is one of the pieces that, look at the colors on it. So classic, so versatile. Camel brown, and then that beautiful light gray. And this is going to be right around a foot tall, and it's going to be about 12 inches, a foot by a foot. Now that flap, like I said, I put that down to make it a handbag, and this will eventually lay nice and straight too. So versatile between a handbag and a shoulder bag. Your price on this, $59.99. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, and I don't have a whole lot of brown bags, but this one is so, and I'm going to put all this back in there. So watch, this is how much this holds. I mean, I honestly could put, you know, a couple, I could use this as an overnight, believe it or not. I could. Little ditty bag, change of clothes, maybe extra pair of shoes, not boots, but a pair of normal shoes will fit nicely in this. This could put your tablet, your oversized computer you're carrying around, your laptop, or you can just use it as a beautiful pocketbook. So once again, $59.99. That is crazy priced on that. Love that bag. Genuine leather. Okay, $59.99. So we're going to move on. Fun stuff coming up. We got next. This is going to be, this looks like, when I look at this bag, I feel like I just left an estate auction and I scored something from the 50s that was in the top of a closet that nobody ever touched. When you're talking about, this is first of all genuine leather. This is going to be croc embossed. So I'm going to pull it up close to the camera. You can see the texture on this. Now I love the exotics, but to buy a croc bag like this is probably, if you bought this and it was an exotic leather, roughly $2,500. Here you'd probably buy it for $6. Genuine leather, croc embossed. Now this also comes in black, gray, and this beautiful camel color. So your price on this, once again, this is going to blow your mind. This is genuine leather. All right, croc embossed, genuine leather. Look at how well made the straps are. I'm going to go over the ins and outs of this bag, but your price on this right now, I have limited supply, is going to be $59.99. $59.99. Jeez, I could, you know, you could buy all these bags and open up a shop and have a boutique of some of the most beautiful bags out there. $59.99. This is a $639 bag. Our price $79.99. Your price $59.99. Okay, let's do a little bit of measuring here. We have about a foot. These are all about a foot by a foot. You're roughly a foot by a foot. Now, look at how beautiful this textured leather is. I mean, it is just, they have gone over the top with that embossing. So the shoulder strap is completely detachable. So if you want to take this off and detach it and have this beautiful over the top bougie bag that just does not have, and I take, you know, unless I'm going to use the shoulder strap, I think it looks better taking it off or taking off and tucking it inside. Don't have it all dangling down. But this is going to be a bag that, you know, I'm ready to go somewhere. I don't know where, somewhere. Maybe some lunch, maybe some, you know, office party, maybe some kind of cool, groovy place that I want to bring a really nice bag to. Or this could be your everyday bag, because pieces like this are an accessory. Now look at the bottom. It's going to have feated bottom. Very, very important. Once again, I'm going to go over the ins and outs. So I like this bag for a bunch of reasons. So it has a couple of compartments. So first of all, on the outside, let's spin it around. I'm sorry, I'm making you probably all dizzy. It's going to have your outside compartment that goes deep. You can see my hand in there, right? It smells so yummy. Okay, your deep compartment. Nice zipper, beautiful hardware done. Your little pull tab there, genuine leather. Everything about this bag screams money. Okay, so when you flip it around its side, that genuine leather, you can see it here. It's a suede like leather. Now, this is going to be a compartment, and it's fairly large. You can put a gaming thing, a tablet, whatever you want. And that is going to be the same on both sides. So you have all that extra space on both sides. Now the center compartment zippers open. I'll show you how much stuffing is in here, because there's a lot of big pieces. Because look at the size of this bag when you open it up. Look at that. That, my friends, is going to hold a lot of stuff. That is one large bag. Now, you have your shoulder strap grommets right here, and these are, you know, they move back and forth. So, inside of the bag, you have your little sliding compartment. And then on this side, sorry to keep spinning it around, it's the only way I can show you. Then you have your beautiful zippered compartment. Holds a lot. Now the inside is going to be your chevron lined bag, but the bottom of this bag is lined. The sides are not, along with when you zipper the compartment shut in the center, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to zipper this shut, right? Everything that you need that's important in that zippered compartment. The sides are for easy grab on either side. So this bag holds a ton of stuff. $59.99. This is a great bag to have. I mean, like I said, if you are a person that wants hands-free, that shoulder, the strap comes with it. And the strap is 100% adjustable. So you can see, you just put it up like that, right? And this slides like butter. And you can adjust that strap. That was for my Boston people. Butter. I have not talked to Vanna today to get the R. You can use this as a belt if you want, but easy to attach. All you do is press that down, just like a little hook, and that goes right there, and you are ready to rock and roll. So that is going to be $59.99. Killer prices here today. I mean, I don't think, honestly, I could have picked a nicer set of handbags for everybody for the prices that we're offering them. Okay, we're going to move on to another bag. My cheat sheet here for a second. So, like I said, all these bags come in 4 different colors. So if you want a different color, there you go. 888-835-2237. That is our personal shopper number. We pay them to be nice and to be your friend, as should be. But if you have an issue with anything, if you want to buy multiple bags, you want to know the different colors, they can help you with that. They can help you with splitting up the payments and doing all kinds of magic behind the scenes. I don't have that capability. I'm a price dropper and an explainer, but again, customer service is really what they take care of, all that stuff behind the scenes. So awfully nice bunch of people. Actually, we had at GemFest, I know Anna's watching, a couple other of our VIPs are watching. We had a guy that came in with his wife. He comes every GemFest, and he is retired now, but he worked customer service. He's got to be in his, I'm going to say early 80s right now, but he shows up every GemFest and talks about years ago customer service, how they had 2 people on the phones. That was it, and some of the funny stories. But yeah, anyway, call customer service. Very, very nice bunch of people. So we're going to move on to another bag. Now this one is going to be, let me see where I'm at. So I did, hold on one second because I don't want to confuse anything. Oop, see when I said watch out for water? See my sheet? That's why these bags have to be feeded. Just from my drink, my iced coffee, it's leaked water on the counter here. So very important to have your bags feeded on the bottom, right? You know, especially when you're dealing with genuine leather. Okay, because I'm hard on things. So we got 1. So we're on the, I don't know if it's this one that I'm on right now. I guess the Security, no. I think it's this one. Right? Yes. Or is it? No.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
It's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there it is in the picture. Duh. Okay, once again, let's talk about the smell of leather. Okay, look at how beautiful this bag is. Now, this is going to be, once again, croc embossed. And I love how they did this little bit of extra little bling bling. I'm going to get a sip of my iced coffee. I worked the overnight last night, so I'm a little parched. Okay. on both sides, a little bling bling. You can see the texture. This is going to be another crossbar. This is part of our La Moray collection again. Boy, you know what I'm going to need? I know my husband's watching. I'm going to need another closet after this show, right? Do I like handbags? Of course I do. Do I like these? Of course I do. Do I like these prices? Hello. Welcome to the world. $59.99. $59.99 for this bag. $479. And I'm adjusting the strap. So I'm making it just to show you how easy it is. Very, very nice leather. Very, very nice leather. Very, very nice leather it is. To meet you, Mr. Leather. No, but if you look at this, I'm showing you how easy it is to adjust. Now, I'm doing it. I'm standing here, but really, really beautiful, well made. And this is another thing. When you're buying purses or pocketbooks, you always want that double stitching. Now, what they've done with this is extra, extra, extra. So on one side, you have your genuine leather. And then on the underside, you have this beautiful guitar nylon strap. So why did they do that? Because if this sits on your shoulder, right, and it's genuine leather, and it's been dyed silver, and it's a hot day outside, and I'm wearing a white shirt like I'm wearing, what do you think is going to happen? That dye is going to get on my shirt. So they have done extra special. This is what we do here at Shop LC. They've put this nylon on the underside so you never have to worry about ruining any of your clothes with leather dye. Now, I know because since I moved to Texas, today was 101 degrees. I wear a lot of leather boots. I bought a lot of cowboy boots. I wear white socks, and I have a pair of boots that I just bought recently. I took my socks off the other day, and my socks were exactly the color of the boots. So, yes, leather does bleed when you sweat on it. So when you have something like this is an extra step. This is something that your really, really high-end designers take extra steps to make beautiful pieces and garments that last forever. Now, I'm going to say La Moray is manufactured by us. So we're a designer company. You know, we put our logo on everything. Just because it's not, you know, one of the famous companies that some people know and pay overpriced prices for goods. I mean, this is a $479 purse. If this had a certain logo on it, I won't go into which one, this would probably be a $1,200 purse. Why? Leather is leather. Gold is gold. Silver is silver. Don't pay extra money for overpriced goods, especially if you're on a budget. Don't do that to yourself. You know what? I love variety and variations. I have never been a per se label person because I have been pretty, you know, I've been self-employed, but I've always wanted good quality goods, something that's going to last. But I've created my own style. You know, I think I try to put my outfits together to look nice, and I have good quality goods, and I don't go out and buy designer logo just because it has a letter on it. I don't want that letter on it. I'd rather be able to put my twist on something. So when you're buying leather goods for $59.99 that are designed by us, you know you're getting a great deal. Okay, so let's get into the ins and outs of this. So I love this little extra. It's kind of like just a cute little button. Just like, and that's actually on the outside, it looks like a little button. It's actually a snap. So once again, let's show you the ins and outs. This is going to open up. So that cute little button is going to be a snap. Gosh, I love all these purses tonight. It's like, have you ever gone to a store and everything fits that you try on? But there are days. You pick through the rack, you go, and I buy a lot of stuff, so I'm going to say, go to a dressing room, you have 15 items, right? And you try them on, and everyone fits, and you're like, gosh, now I got to pick and choose. Then there are some days you go into a store, and every item you try on looks horrible. Wrong color, it's too tight, you know, just, you know, variations. These purses, I'm just telling you right now, best show for purses and pocketbooks I have done in a long, long time. Okay, so this, I love this. When you give you those two side pockets on the outside. That's what I'm all about, because I drive. I don't text while I'm driving. I don't do any of that. But I could be driving and I do need my cell phone, right? To maybe for directions. It's an easy grab with this pocket. Or maybe I need a candy bar because I'm hangry. Easy grab while you're driving. This can be on your passenger seat. So those are things that easy grab on the outside. And you got plenty of space. I mean, this is like, and it's leather. So plenty of space on this. Once you open that zippered compartment in the center, that's going to be your security area. Now, this comes with a cute little tassely little thing. You can see it in the picture right here. That's a little extra bling bling. Comes in a bag. I'm not going to tie it on the bag because there's no reason for me to do that. But you can see, you can add that if you want. It's up to you. It's just a little pocketbook enhancer. And then once you get into the inside of this, once again, look at how much paper, right? I mean, these are pretty big chunks of paper. So look at how big that is on the inside, right? So you have your outside here, you can slide your hand in both sides. Then you have that giant inside compartment that zipper shut, right? So you still have the outside compartment so you can slide stuff. Then you have the handle, all double stitched and padded, crocodile embossed. Then you have that great shoulder strap. We're giving you that extra little pocketbook bling here. $59.99. And this also comes in gray, black, and brown. So if you're in the market, it just smells lovely. Okay. So you can see the side. And inside here, zippered compartment. Flip it around, another compartment, another slide it. Plenty of room, chevron lined once again. And look at how big that piece of paper is. That's a big old blob of really, really compressed paper for stuffing. And that fits in here. So you can see how much you can put in there. And I'm not really pushing it down, you know. But, you know, and I always suggest when you buy a really nice pocketbook, when you take it out of the bag and the box, because these come in a box and they come in a bag, then they come in a nice sack to store them in. But when you take them out and you take out all that paper, if you're going to use the bag right away, that's great. Save that paper, because once you put this back in your area, in your closet, I have a big, like a built-in shelving unit, and then I have shelves on the top that go around the perimeter of my closet. So the shelving unit, I have all my exotics in, my bags. When I take them and I don't use them, I always take the paper and stuff it back in the bags, because it's going to keep the shape of the bag perfect. And you don't want these to be in a closet, like all scrunched down. You're spending money. You're devaluing what you're buying. Treat your stuff, especially, this is a $500 purse. And I think people forget about that. They look at this and they go, $59, you know, gets thrown in the bottom of a closet if you have a lot. This is a $500. If you peeled off $500, you treat this a little bit better, I bet. So remember the value of everything that you're buying here. The value is here, right? So you want to store these in the nice sacks that they come in, and you want to treat them properly, because leather bags like this, if they're in great shape, are resellable, 100%. You know, if you don't want to resell it, this is going to last a long, long time, and it's going to look fantastic. You don't have to buy, you know, I have a lot of bags because I like different styles, I like different colors, but if you're on a really fixed income and you can only afford, you know, a pocketbook or a purse, get yourself a genuine leather bag. It's going to last forever, and take care of it. This will last years and years and years. You know, I don't expect everybody to buy every purse or pocketbook I'm showing in the show, but I'm showing you variations in prices of some of the best well-made goods that we have here at Shop LC that I can offer for you. We have a lot of people that watch both the TV and the live stream here. But remember, genuine leather, croc embossed, multi-function, strap, handle, All kinds of features, $59.99. And if you can't afford that, call a personal shopper, and they can probably help you with the budget pay. Like I said, I don't handle any of that. I just show you the great stuff and tell you you should have some of this stuff. Okay, we're going to move on to a fun bag now. This is one that I own this in white. So I do own a few bags, yes. Not a crazy amount. Not a crazy amount, but a few. Now, this is part of our Secreti collection, which is genuine leather that they have actually hand painted. Now, there's a group of artisans that we have hired that are painting these bags. And it's interesting. I had taken my niece to England. And hold on one second, a little sippy of iced coffee here. I took my niece to England for high tea, and that was a couple of years ago. And I wanted her to experience. We went to one of the really fancy hotels for high tea, Ritz-Carlton, and in the Ritz-Carlton there was a famous three-striped red and green those stripes that had a lot of luggage there also, which is the LV. And they had a beautiful gift store in this, the Ritz-Carlton. So we went in for high tea, and there was a woman sitting off to the side, and she was embossing the bags. So if you bought a bag, she would do a little doodle on it. It wasn't anything exotic like this. It was basically a doodle. Doodle. That doodle, you had to spend $2,000 to have that doodle done. Now, she was not somebody famous. I never heard of her. She was just hired by that company. So, painting on leather is something that is really bougie. When you get into a leather bag that's painted like this is something you don't see on the everyday person carrying a purse or pocketbook. Now, once again, this is part of our La Moray. When we're over the top, this is a $409 bag. I have this in 4 variations. This is going to be your blue. I also have it in, looks like brown, green, and maroon. The blue is fabulous. Look at that color on that. So, this is going to be genuine leather. Guess what? $409? No. Your price on this? $59.99. These are our blowout. So we're going to go over the ins and out. Once again, created by our company. You can see that little brag tag of the genuine leather. So this is beautifully done across the top. That extra, you can see it's sewn there with the zipper is going to match the leather perfectly. That's one thing that Shop LC really prides themselves in when they design these bags, is that the hardware is really precise in the color. Okay, so this opens up, it slides across. You put it down so I can slide it open. Get a little bit of grip. Now inside, first of all, this is what I was talking about. When you get a nice bag, they always come with these beautiful, it's almost like a, I don't know, almost like a material. It's like a sack. And that is to put your bag in and put it in your closet. Protect it. So this goes in your closet. And your bags all come with these, all right? You fold that over, and then this gets stored like that in a bin in your closet, wherever you're going to store it. But bags like this need to be protected. Why? It's hand painted. It's a piece of art, right? You wouldn't take a painting off the wall and throw it down on the floor and stack it up with a bunch of other paintings. You would put some kind of protective coating in between each painting so they don't get scratched, so they don't get marred, so that, it's the same thing with a beautiful bag like this. Don't let the $59.99 price sway you once again into thinking this is an inexpensive bag. This is not. We're charging you an inexpensive price, but this is an expensive bag. All right, Robin just tuned in. Beth is on. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you this last week. It was great seeing everybody. Okay, so this is designed this gives you the shoulder strap once again. The beautiful, and these handles are padded. This is actually, it's very comfortable. Now this bag, right, you can put here, carry it bougie like that, carry it like this, but if you want to put that shoulder strap, this is going to be long. You can, once again, 100% adjustable, comes over the shoulder. Look at the color, look at the painting on that. Now this particular painting, they're all going to be a little bit slightly different. Why? It's a piece of art. It's unpredictable, right? So this one has, looks like an ocean scene almost. Beautiful swirls in the ocean, you know, just beautiful colors. Looks like a little bit of a flower, lotus flower, painted on both sides. So you get that beautiful painting on both sides, also on the sides. So it's done 360 dimensions. You can see that leather's a little bit expandable right here on the side, right? So you get to fit a lot. Now when you open it up, I'm going to take out the paper. Look at the amount of space you have. That is pretty darn big. I could probably fit a couple of purses in there also. So you also have a zipper compartment off to this side, zippered. Put your little keys in there or something. And then this side's going to be that open slide pocket. That's where you're going to put your cell phone, stuff you want to grab, nice and easy. But I love the fact when you have a bag like this, it's slightly structured, but not a huge hard structure. It's almost like a bronze type of hardware. This is done so the bag, once again, does not rip here on the leather. You need that movable, the grommets and that adjustability. You don't want that leather strap to break. Padded leather strap, shoulder strap, $59.99. Killer deal. Those bags that I saw in England, if I brought this bag to England, I could, and this is crazy pricing. Crazy, insane, low pricing here at Shop LC. $59.99, are you kidding me? Hand painted. This is one. So Secreti used to be our line with the hand painted. We've done La Moray now. It's a little bit less of, I'm going to say simpler now. You say this bag doesn't look simple, but the Secreti, it's a little bit more structured bag. But $59.99, like I said, super deal. Grab any of these while you can, because these prices are just blowout prices. So that's going to be your beautiful blue. And you know, for a person like, if you're going to wear all white, think about a bag like that with just an all white dress on. It's going to look fantastic. You're going to be the belle of the ball. You're going to be noticed walking down the bougie boardwalk. People are going to say, that woman or that man, they get some money. Okay, we're going to move on now to another bag. This is more of a fun, like I said, this is like a little bucket, Nantucket bucket basket. I did grow up in Rhode Island, spent a lot of time down the Cape, many years in a row on the summers, and a little, Beth owns that, well, Beth owns that blue bag. Well, you know, that was a killer deal. This actually smells like rattan. If you look at how this is woven, it is, you can hear me, this could be like a little drum. This is well structured. That is a structured bag when you can use it. Okay, you could be the belle of the ball, the hit of the party. Look at that, pocketbook / musical instrument. You have it all. You're the person that has it all, right? You walk in. Oh, I could make this a little party hat too. It could be a hat with a little strap. Okay, getting crazy here. I told you I worked the overnight, so a little bit sleep deprived, but something like this, leather handle, once again, cute little bag. Now, what's fun about this? This is the bag that is not for you to take out and run errands. This is the bag for the summertime event, the cocktail party, the white party, I'm going to a summer wedding, I'm going to an island resort, I'm going for dinner somewhere, and I just need the minimal. My cell phone, a lipstick, maybe your car keys, a credit card, and that's it. This is not meant to carry a whole lot of stuff. But what's interesting about this, and I really like this feature, is that you think, oh my God, everything's going to fall out. Nope. This has a lining that you pull up, right? And then you cinch. You cinch so that it becomes that little cinched part. And you can tuck that back in if you want, so you don't even have to see that. And now everything in that bag is going to stay nice and closed and safe. Okay, I'm going to do a little measure on that real quick. Down here. Okay. Measure on that. That is going to be roughly 7 inches. 7 inches, and it's a circle on top, like the circle of life. 5 inches around. Drum. In case you need a pocketbook and a drum. Rattan, very, very strong material. This is something that you see a lot in the tropical islands. This is not your typical little rattan, cheesy little bag. This is really a structured, well-made, fully lined. You can see that, like I said, it has that, it's like a muslin line, which is a cotton type of material. And you can push that all in. If you don't want to see that, you can push it all in and have the open bag. But what a cute little bag. $52.49 is going to be your price for this bag. That's after the 25% off. $269 value. And once again, this is going to come in variations of flowers. I have the yellow. It also comes in a beautiful pink and a rose. So if you want any of those additional, call that personal shopper, 888-835-2237, and they can help you with the additional bags. So you can see my sheets. There's 4 different variations of every bag I'm showing you. So if you want something and the color I'm showing is not the color you want, take advantage of call that personal shopper. They can help you pull that together and save you money. If you want to do multiple buy, maybe you can put some of it on budget pay. But we're going to move on now to another bag that is, we are getting into a lot of genuine leathers. So this is going to be the last in the bunch. And we're going to get into some funky, less expensive stuff. So this is going to be a bigger bag, right? It's not so structured. You can see that it has almost that floppiness. But once again, genuine leather on this, our price, and guess what? This has an RFID pocket. So if you don't know what that is going to protect your credit cards against people.
Miss Pat said, hello, Queen Bee.
Hello, Pat. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Always a pleasure. Hope you're having a great day. So RFID, if you don't know what that is when somebody can come up with their cell phone and tap your pocketbook and steal all that credit card information. RFID is something that years ago people would pay a lot of money just to have a wallet with that in it. It's still very expensive, but think about there's a lot of times out there. I travel all over. I got my identity taken. I was at Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and I was getting ready to head out. Long story short, I spent hours on the phone, closing down all the credit cards, doing all kinds of stuff. It ate up so much of my day, and I was at Jazz Fest. I had very limited time, missed out on some stuff. And it also just, I had to come home, close all my bank accounts. It was a nightmare for me, just all this extra. If you can protect yourself, just do it. It makes it so much easier. And the thieves out there, the technology that they have is crazy. And it gets better and better. Just like our technology gets better, so does theirs. So we're fighting with them to try to keep ourselves safe. Now, this is going to be a Croc and Boss, genuine leather, crossbody, and I'm going to show you, look at how easy that strap is to adjust. I'm 5'6". This could fit the Jolly Green Giant because this strap can adjust really, really long. So this is going to have that protective RFID in it, and that is a pocket in the pocketbook itself that is sewn in the lining. So I can't take it out and show you. It's a plate. And what that does, it stops people from being able to come up and tap their phone to gather your information. So this particular bag, our price on this, normally $259.99. It is genuine leather. It's a multi pocket. Guess what your price is? $44.99. $44.99. Now I'm going to go and show you all the different features on this because it's got a crazy number of pockets. So you have your front pocket right here. That's pocket number 1, right? Oh, I just did. Okay, pocket number 1. Pocket number 2 right behind it. Bigger pocket. Pretty good sized pocket, actually. That's large. Pocket number 3 behind that. Another pocket right there. Giant pocket number 3. Pocket number 4 is going to be your main compartment. Ginormous. And inside that main compartment, there's another zippered compartment. All right, that's pocket number 5 on the inside. Pocket number 6 on the back side. Another zippered pocket. So this opens up, and you can see it is pretty large and in charge. So I'm showing you how beautiful that leather, that croc embossed, right? Multi-pockets, adjustable shoulder strap to any length you want. Now this shoulder strap is not removable. This is strictly a crossbody bag. This is going to be that bag that carries it all. Carries it all. If you want to take a smaller bag and put it in this and take it out for evening, you can, but this bag is going to carry it all. Now, I didn't even show you, there's 2 more pockets. Crazy! So on the sides, you have these oval pockets that are stuffed with paper. Lots of paper in all these bags. You have an oval pocket on this side. It's pretty big. You can see it's got my fist in there. And guess what? Same thing on the other side. So bottle of water, car keys, right? And then tape, tablet, kid snacks. This is going to be the bag that is going to hold everything you need plus more. And guess what? $44.99. $44.99. Now this is going to come in a variation of color. I have it in black and I have it in red, and that's it. So I have 2 bags and that's it. Black and red, but $44.99. Killer deal. All right, we're going to move on. Get all that stuffing back in because there's quite a bit of it. Hang this back up in my wardrobe over here. And we're going to move on to another bag. Now this is going to be more of a fun bag. This is not meant for, this is fun. This is an overnight fun bag when you're, or a computer bag. So if you're sporting around your laptop all the time and a bunch of stuff, this is going to be the bag. It's a computer bag. You can see that it has that double compartment, has a shoulder strap on this, your guitar strap, which is your nylon strap, multi-pocket, so it has the hand straps here, right? I'll do a little measure on this because this is pretty big actually. This is going to be 17 by 12. So 17 by 12, it's expandable, and you can see how big that is. I could actually fit throw pillows in that. So this is going to be your travel bag. This is the bag that you take with you when you are going somewhere fun. This could be a crafting bag if you're a person that has lots. I'm a painter, so I used to do classes once a week. I could fit quite a bit in here. This could be my painting bag, all my brushes, all my acrylic paints. If you're a person that's a crafter and you're going off crafting, if you're going off to the office and you want something fun and funky and you don't want to carry something that's leather, this is going to be your material. Now, once again, multi pockets. You get pockets in the front. You got 2 here, right? Then you got that major pocket there. Then you spin it around, and you have a zippered compartment here that goes the length of the entire bag, right? So you have the zippered compartment, the main compartment, and then those 2 compartments in the front, cell phone and keys, whatever you're throwing in there. Our price on this, $29.99. So it's a fun, funky bag. Like I said, this isn't, this is like a, you take with you, throw your stuff in. Maybe you could use this as a grocery bag if you want. A little bougie, but you can fit a whole bunch of stuff in there. $29.99, and I have this in 4 different colors. This is called the floral. I also have the sunflower, the lily, and another print they're calling a vintage print. So if you don't like this print, go behind the scenes. The sunflower is awfully pretty. The sunflower would have been my pick, but it's got some beautiful yellows. So that's going to be $29.99. That's a pretty big bag that carries and covers everything. Okay, we're going to move on to another bag. Then this is going to be part of our Passage collection. Now this is faux leather. So like I said, they are creating faux leather that is so darn good. Now this is going to be, and I love that, perfect length. This does not come with a crossbody bag, but it fits perfectly over your shoulder, and that you keep your, this is what I do with my pocketbook. It's like an armrest for me. I told you I have couchitis. I've self-diagnosed that pain on my side. It's from getting up from the couch on that one side all the time, getting my snacks all night long. But look at this. The color of this is going to be a beautiful, sort of like beigey taupe. This is going to come in pink, black, red, and rose. So I guess this would be the rose, the blush color. Now, lighting here is sort of hard to see. Double stitch, even though it's full leather, it's well done. Your price on this, $29.99. So I'm going to go over the ins and outs. You have your pocket here on the outside, slip in, right? Nice deep pocket. Flap over that strap. This is going to be zippered, so you can unzipper that. And then inside, ooh, we have different stuffing. Look at how big that is. Once again, this is going to hold a whole heck of a lot of stuff. This is going to be your full leather. Comes in variations of colors. And on the back side, you have another zippered compartment. So you have multi compartments. Lots of space. Whoops. Okay, let me get my finger in there. Come on. All right, there we go. Oh, that's a deep pocket. That goes all the way down. Fully lined. Love it. Fully lined, full leather. There's another pocket in here that unzippers. But this is a line that you can actually pull out, which is nice. So this is faux leather. So if you have kids that spill stuff, and this maybe has all the kids' snacks in it, and it's faux leather, so it's not going to damage the leather ever. But that lining you can pull out and wipe off if you spill stuff in there. So this is a beautiful bag. This is $29. This looks expensive. This is something that if you work in an office, this could be your classic bag. Very conservative, not a whole lot of stuff on it, not a whole lot of bling. You can actually tie a scarf on it like I did earlier. Maybe put some hardware, some charms that we sell here at Shop LC. But make this your own fashion statement. What a great, great value buy for $29. And like I said, you know, I'm offering bags for all different price points, right? Don't ever feel bad, oh, I can't afford a leather bag. There are beautiful, beautiful things out there that are quite affordable for everybody. I just try to bring in a variation of every price point, all kinds of different fashion stuff, but that is a great bag for that price. And I don't know if I did a measure, but I'm going to do a quick measure on it. Just I don't remember if I did. So that is going to be about a foot by about 14 inches. So 12 by 14. Remember that it goes over the shoulder, double stitched everywhere, but a beautiful, beautiful bag for $29. Comes in 4 variations in colors. So if you don't like this blush rose, look on the website and it comes in variations, but yeah, $29.99. Okay, I'm going to move on now to a fun, funky little bag. And this is going to cover that boho chic. There's certain bags out there, like I said, they're not made for everyday use. They're just not. This is one of those bags. This is the little drum again. All that rattan, really, really durable material. This one has actually, they've done something crazy, and they've actually done mother of pearl. So this is actually hand done. It's a plate that they've sewn on, and they've actually cut the mother of pearl and embossed it on that plate that is sewn on. So this funky little bag has a little snap closure here. Boom, you open it up, and it's like a little hamburger. A little hamburger. Now, this, like I said, this is not the bag that's going to hold everything. But this is a fun little fashion bag. This is going to be 7.5 inches wide by 3 inches deep. 7 by 3. It's a fun bag. It's for it's for when you're out. Makes me feel very, they're showing a picnic basket there. Makes me feel very European. Like I do. I want to go sit in France and go sit on with my wicker picnic basket and my bottle of wine and my flowers and just pick the grapes and enjoy life. But a fun little fashion basket. Boho chic 100%. Your price on this, $29.99. So, like I said, I brought you faux leather. Now, this is a fun fashion bag for that kind of price. Doesn't hold a heck of a lot. It's one compartment, but it is fun for the person that wants to have something extra special and an extra addition to their pocketbook collection. $29. I just spent, I don't know, $7 on an iced coffee on the way here. So when I think of $29, if I can get something fun, I know it's something that, for that price, yeah, it's not an everyday bag, but it's fun. You're going to use it occasionally. And this bag too, same thing. Now this is going to be your more messenger bag. And I looked at these when they set this out, and I said, oh, this is definitely my jam. I love stuff like this. I love edgy. I like just something entirely different, and you're going to get it with this bag. Now, I call it a messenger bag because this, once again, this is what the guys on the comedy show were carrying. It's not a full-on purse that expands. It's more of a messenger bag. It's for a guy that doesn't have the lipstick, the hairspray, the mouthwash, the ditty bag, the perfume spritzer. It's for the guy that has wallet, keys, phone, right? So in here you have that one compartment, and it's pretty tight. You can fit stuff in there. It does have another crossbody guitar bag. This particular, tuck that back in. All right, you can see that compartment. Now it's a hard structured bag, as in there's no give on this. That's it, right? This is definitely for the person that likes something edgy and fun. You can see that they've done a zipper that does not open. That's strictly decorative. All these beautiful grommets. That beautiful faux alligator is fun. And then the back side of this does have another zippered compartment to put something in. The guitar strap, which means this is that nylon strap that is fully adjustable. So let me get this bag ready. Okay, and I'm going to adjust that strap and put it on. Came out of the... Okay, so this is 100% adjustable. So easy. I'll show you the easy sliding. You can see how nice and easy that slides like butter. So when I say a messenger bag, you can see how long I'm making this. This is... Now, I'm going to put this on. That's why this is unisex for guys or women. Most men are taller than I am. I'm 5'6". My husband is 5'9", I guess. Look at how easy you can adjust that. So you can adjust this right up to whatever length you want, right? But faux leather, crocodile embossed. You can see that crocodile head has that extra snap feature, and this comes in 4 different variations. I have brown, coffee, gray, and this black. Now, like I said, this is a messenger bag, 100% unisex. Ladies, get this for your man. They're going to love it. Hottest new style. Guys are rocking these 100%. Your price on that, $29.99. What a fantastic buy on that. Now we're going to go back into the stuff that, like I said, we have some fun bags here that are just, they're fun. This one actually holds a lot, though. It's a fun little bag. I love the roundness of it. You can see it looks like, I don't know, maybe I must be hungry. It looks like a loaf of bread. But you can see what they've done. They've actually sewn lace that matches this perfectly. Now, this is going to be faux leather. Once again, created by our company. This comes with this cute little, I'm going to say it's a coin purse. It could be for a spare key. It could be for your pepper spray. You know, whatever you want. You know, you can take this off. It is fully detachable. So that unhooks right there. You can see I can take it right off. So if you don't want that little change purse hanging, this could be on your belt loop. You know, you can hang it on your belt loop, so it has 2 different variations. And then the purse itself, it's like a little round loaf of bread. You unzip this compartment. Beautiful hardware on this. And you open it up. Ooh, it's got a round pillow in there. And it's one large compartment. That's all. It's one large compartment. But this will hold a lot. Look at this. These are oversized. That's just one thing. This will hold a ton. Your cell phones, if you're carrying around 2 cell phones, no problem. This is going to hold it all. Once again, faux leather. That little change purse, you can either clip on the outside or you can throw it on the inside. You put this back in there, and then this hardware goes up. And then this is detachable also. So let's say you want to put a different strap on this. Maybe you have and bought another purse and you want to put a chain strap on. You have the capability to change out that strap. This can be taken off. This is 100% adjustable. You can see the adjustability right there. This price on this, $22.49. $22.49, and this does come in variations. I have it in cream, black, and this camel color. So this strap is 100% adjustable, but it's sort of just a fun little purse. And that faux leather, it really feels soft and supple. It pures very well. It feels like leather. Like I said, they've done beautiful stuff with faux leather to make it feel like real leather and not pay the price for it. Okay, we're going to keep moving on. I have now... Oh, all right, let me surprise you. Hold on one second. What do you think? DJ, did you just laugh at me?
No.
Look at the size of these glasses. Right? Look at the side of these glasses. These are so cool and groovy. Now, they're also, I know a lot of people, my hair's gotten longer. I have become a fan of glasses to hold my hair back away from my face. These glasses are oversized lenses. So this is the style. This is what people are buying right now. Why? Oversized Jackie O lenses. These are pretty large and in charge. Now the color variations on these, let me put my readers on. So let me show you the side. I love this, the temple. This is all a snake. Look at that. The whole side of the temple is a gosh darn. These are so fun and funky. Really well made, by the way. Really well made. These are UV 400 protection. UV 400 protection. Are you kidding me? All right. These are awesome. Unbelievable buy. How about $14.99? $14.99. I have these in orange, gray, black, and beige. This is going to be your beige. UV 400 protection. I'm going to put them on again. I love the snake. Look at that. That's edgy. That's edgy. That's fun. Right? I could rock these glasses. I love them. I think I must be getting a pair of these. And I love the beige color because it really pops out. It really, you see me. DJ laughed when I put these on. He's like, you can see those. Absolutely. Sometimes you wear glasses. I used to have neon glasses when I lived in Florida. Really crazy. And I spent a lot for them. But UV 400 protection. These are well made. Fold up. These actually come with the free case. So you're going to throw that in free of charge for you. Case has a little clippy on it so you can clip them on the inside of your purse or pocketbook or on your pants. Whatever you want to do. Okay. So UV 400 protection. Assortment of colors, $14.99. But seriously, that snake motif on the side, that is crazy. Oh, I hope Danielle gets better soon also. Yeah, Danielle has laryngitis, everybody. So she's getting better. She's on the mend. She's well missed. She was supposed to be on TV with me last night, and she couldn't show up. So she's on the mend now. She's going to get better, take care of herself. Okay, we're going to move on to, whoops. Uh-oh, that was my phone. Sorry, everybody. Ouch. Okay, we're going to move on to a silk scarf. Really? Silk scarf and bucket hat. Now, it says, yeah, I don't believe that that's not what this is. Because the strap says, okay, it's not a silk scarf. It is a polyester scarf. My sheet says silk scarf, but the strap here does not say that. It says polyester. But I'm going to show you the size of this. So guess what? Yeah, I'm here. Can't see me? I'm here. That's how big this is. This could be a sarong. This could be one of those things that you tie. it's not just a plain scarf, ladies and gents. You can use this in so many different ways. Over the shoulders if you're feeling a little chilly. You can actually tie this in a multitude of ways. YouTube has videos out there that has hundreds and hundreds of ways to tie these scarves. Now, little bucket hat comes free of charge with it. Free of charge. Our price on this, $14.99. Now, once again, I have this in variations of colors. I have blue, beige, green, and pink. But look at that. You get this ginormous scarf. And this scarf is going to be 70 inches by 35. 70 inches. I mean, this could be, you know, you could tie this around. This could be a total bathing suit cover-up. That bucket hat, think about when you're outside, the top of your head, that's where people get skin cancer now. I lived in Florida 25 years. You get it on your forehead. I have a lot of people that have it on the top of their head. I have very, very thin hair, and I get sunburn on my scalp all the time. And I don't want to rub suntan lotion on my hair. It's all then greasy and clumped down. I already have thin hair. But it's important to wear a hat if you can. It's going to protect that beautiful scalp, your nose, give you a little shade. The bucket hat's always fun. You need a little extra shade. You don't need extra shade. You can pull it back. You can put it up on the side like a fedora, right? You can really change this to different styles if you want. You know, you really can. You can put it up on this side too if you want. Have some kind of crazy Crocodile Dundee little hat going on. But yeah, so many different ways to wear this. Scarf included, $14.99. That is a killer deal on this. Okay, we're going to move on to our next item. And this is going to be a embroidered, full-on embroidered. Now, I'm going to say this is, first of all, it's double-sided. And I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see it. This is full-on embroidered with silk thread. It's double-sided. It's done on both sides, right? Double-sided, completely edged, silk thread, and it's got flowers that you can see. Camera here is, you know, I can't get back far enough, but this is going to be also 67 inches by 24. Look at the edging on that. Total silk thread on this. This could be a table runner. This is on clearance. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you need this fast. You need to be on the phone fast. Guess what? You're not going to believe this. I can't believe the price on this. I'm gonna order this right away. $5.61. I know that is so wrong. Embroidered. This is all silk thread. It's thick. It's lovely. $5.61. Are you kidding me? And I have it in two colors. I have it in burgundy and I have it in black rose. And I need the item number for that, DJ, because I'm going to order these. Are you kidding me? These are gifts that are going to keep on giving through the holidays. Absolutely 100%. All right, I'm close to my end of my show. That was a blowout. That is my personal favorite item for the entire show. Taking that sheet with me because I'll be ordering those when I get out of here. Okay, we're going to talk about Little Pocketbook Charm. This is so fun, so funky. It's a little pocketbook charm. Comes in a variation of colors. You got yellow, red, blue, and black. This is very bougie. You hang it from the outside of your pocketbook. It is specifically for that. You can put on your keys, whatever you want on this particular piece. Blowout, absolutely clearance special. Not going to spend a lot of time with that. Self-explanatory. Just beautiful leather that's done well, and that's going to be on the side of your pocketbook or your keychain, whatever you want. And that price on that is going to be $7.49. So $7.49 for a beautiful little pocketbook chain. All right, absolutely beautiful. We're going to move on. Last item. Here we go, folks. If you want a little bling in your life. Now, I said I am not a baseball cap chick, but I'd wear a baseball cap like this. Why? Because it is feminine. It's lovely. It is not sports related. Now, it's okay to be sports related, don't get me wrong, but I like something a little bit more nice. Okay, the hat comes with free groovy sunglasses. Now, I have this hat in variation of colors. I have on the white. It comes in blue and purple. Free glasses come with it. You can see that beautiful, like, sort of swirly pattern on the side. Unbelievable. How about $14.99 for the glasses? Hat is completely adjustable. Let's show you the back side so you have that adjustability. These are actually all beautiful rhinestones that are really large. These are not going to, it's not, these are actually on there individually. This is not an applique. So $14.99. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a fabulous Tuesday. I'll be back here next Tuesday with all kinds of great stuff. My favorite pick, absolutely this scarf right here, double-sided, full-on silk thread for $7.49. You see me, now you don't. Yes, that was a killer deal. So, once again, you can follow me on Instagram under Magical Journey Cheryl, Cheryl Magical Journey. Facebook will be Cheryl Benvenuto, and I'm in a full-on bee suit, or Bling Therapist in TikTok land. So I'll see you back here next week, everybody. Have a great, great Tuesday. Make the best of every day. All my friends out there, thanks for watching. Beth and Anna and Donna and all my besties, thanks so much. I appreciate all of you very, very much. I'll see you back soon.